Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I've got game number 2 of this best of 3. It's going down at RedBull BattleGrounds and it is between two awesome Zergs. Spawning down in the bottom right hand position of Whirlwind as the blue Zerg player representing Team Liquid, it's Snute. And his opponent in the top right, the red Zerg from Quantic, it's HyuN. HyuN currently 1-0 up in this best of 3. He did an amazing job in the first game, getting out those Mutalisks early, surviving Snute's pressure with some great baneling defense, and now is on his way to victory in this series. Of course, if he wins this game, he wins the series. Snute has got to win the next two to take that top spot. And well, Whirlwind, a big map. Are we going to see a longer game? For the moment, both players getting out their second overlords, both scouting the wrong way. They are in the vertical spawn positions, but neither will know it for quite a while. In terms of timings, Snute, game number 1, open pool first, into hatch, whereas HyuN went as greedy as possible. Hatch, gas, pool for an early tech and early economy. Is he going to open the same? He did do so successfully in game number 1, or will he switch it up into something a bit more aggressive? Now, anyone who frequently listens to me cast will know this story. But HyuN is the sort of player who isn't afraid of all-inning in a ZvZ specifically. One of the first online tournaments I cast, Antec Attack, he used to go up against his then teammate Revival frequently in the finals, and being a ZvZ, he would do all sorts of funky builds, and HyuN had a massive win rate between those two in ZvZ. But this game, he's opening the same as before. Snute copying it. Clearly seeing that, hang on, game number 1 went well for HyuN. Let's try his opening. Pool first. Are they both going to go for the gas next? Or are they just going to go into the spawning pool? We've got to keep an eye out for it. But a hatch first opening, as said, does give you a good economic position in the mid game, but a few less lava early on. Now HyuN, he's not switching things up at all. Hatch, gas, pool. Meanwhile, Snute, hatch, pool, gas. Slightly later speed will be on the cards, meaning there is the option for HyuN to be very aggressive if he identifies it. Now, these two, as of yet, haven't scouted down what the other is going to be doing. Note that HyuN, seeing that his opponent isn't in the top left, pulls the Overlord to go down into the cross spawn positions, meaning that Snute doesn't actually see that there's anything on its way there. But it's quite interesting to see that HyuN is heading over into that position rather than carrying on the same path, unless of course he saw the Overlord early. But even if he did see the Overlord early, he would now change that Overlord position to come down into this sort of area. So not quite sure what HyuN has planned here, or the reasons for doing so, unless he thought the vertical spawn positions weren't possible. But I don't think there's any versions of Whirlwind where it isn't, because it is a rotational symmetry map, and therefore all spawn positions are fine. Now, basically, as it stands, with both players getting down gas and speed on its way out for HyuN a little bit earlier, with those 3 drones still in gas, essentially just puts things at being good for HyuN. He can get up a baiting nest very early, and I think that's what we're going to be seeing, is a lot of aggression coming down from the Quantic player. Meanwhile, Snute also sits there keeping 3 drones in gas, has speed on its way, but there comes down the baiting nest now from HyuN. So it's a lot earlier. Speed as well is a good 20 seconds or so earlier. What is going to be the response? Well, baiting nest coming down, again 20 seconds later than that of HyuN's. That's a good window of opportunity if HyuN decides to go very hard. But for the moment, HyuN not showing any evidence of that. Just getting out drones, although 2 injects are about to complete. That gives him 8 lava, and that can be 16 Zerglings very quickly. Already 4 Zerglings on their way. Meanwhile, Snute droning quite happily, but HyuN also droning as well. So neither player looking to be too aggressive for the moment. Snute though, definitely wanting to play this more passively, with a Spine Caller coming out defensively. Doesn't appear to be wanting to put on any pain. More suspicious about what HyuN could be doing. The bailing nest is now scouted by these 2 lings. Snute getting a good peek at how many Zerglings are on the field, and this may force him to produce a lot of his own. Back at home, Snute getting down the evolution chamber, not mixing up his mid game. He got that in game number 1 as well to get the +1 carapace, but it didn't really work out for him. This game, HyuN also choosing to get an evolution chamber down. Will it be for the +1 carapace again? Will it be for +1 attack? We've got to keep our eyes peeled. But what we do know is that with both players getting down spines, both players getting some good scouts out with speedlings, these two are fully aware of what their opponent's doing, and what they want to be doing is droning. Now, HyuN once more earlier with the lair by quite a good chunk actually already. Will it be 20 seconds like we've seen everything else? Apparently not, because Snute choosing to get out a third hatchery as soon as possible. This didn't work out too well for him in game number 1, since HyuN was able to so effectively deny it time and time again. But the difference is that this game, HyuN going for a completely different build. +1 missile attack, Roach Run on its way, and a lair. That means a speed roach timing push, almost certainly. And the key thing is that HyuN denies any more scouting information. HyuN is able to see that Snute, with the hatchery coming down, is going for a more macro-orientated play. And that's why we're seeing Snute really try and play this defensively. 24 lings coming out because he's seen all of this push coming forward from HyuN and knows that he's got to be quite defensive. HyuN, though, this game's different to game number 1, getting down his own third base. And while it is a lot later than that of his opponent, 50-second later, that's still fine because he's got these roaches coming. He's going to have that +1 attack, and that's where some cool things could happen. A Baneling detonation will go down. Snute, though, has the superior numbers of lings for the moment until a massive Baneling hit comes out for the Quantic player, and that's going to be exactly what he wants. Another Baneling hit will come through, but Snute with 4 Banelings waddling forward will force HyuN to reveal these roaches in order to defend, and that may be not what he was hoping for. The third also now seen. The third base up and ready to go for Snute, though, so HyuN is a little bit behind in that regard. The roach speed upgrade is only about a third done, so it's got a long time until it's going to be effective. And for Snute, he's just busy getting down his lair, trying to basically catch up in tech, knowing that, hang on, there's going to be a big push coming. Snute also opting to get down the +1 missile attack, but he's already finished the +1 carapace, whereas +1 missile attack is still about 8 seconds from done for HyuN. Snute going to try and knock out this third hatchery, but with the roaches there, will not be successful. +1 has now completed. Did Snute click on anything to see it? Maybe. It would be good if he could, because then he'd know, of course, that it's down and could try and add in a bit more defense, knowing that this is going to be a big push. Hasn't yet seen the roach speed is on its way. Also, hasn't scouted to see that the lair is done, so roach speed is going to catch Snute a little bit off guard, but it's the third hatchery that is going to get caught off guard. Literally, nothing there protecting it, will get taken out, and Snute gets a good little kill. But the roaches and banelings pushing forward now. And, of course, with this, HyuN could do a lot of damage. He's going to try and connect these banelings on the drones, get a good number of them. And while it was only 1, it's catastrophic damage there. But still, coming in to HyuN's own base is a lot of speedlings from Snute. He's trying to get as much damage done as he can, but it's the roaches pushing in that's dealing a lot of damage. Roach speed really helping. Defensive roaches coming in here, though, for Snute as well. So he's doing his utmost to defend, but there's just such a larger army here for HyuN at the moment. The lings back at his own base are getting cleaned up. Snute ahead currently by 7 workers, but I don't doubt that that's going to change rapidly as these roaches coming forward. Snute, GG's out, and HyuN will take the series 2-0. So congratulations to him. If you like the cast, like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. And I'll catch you tomorrow with yet another new game. I'm Madals. I'll see you tomorrow.